The secret of serenity, Buddha's teachings to calm your mind amidst life's turmoil. Dear friend, and welcome to today's video. Have you ever felt life to be an unceasing wheel, spinning you around in worries, pressures, and afflictions? Do you yearn for a moment of tranquility, a space to listen to the voice within? If the answer is yes, then you have arrived at the right place. In this video, we will together explore the invaluable teachings of the Buddha, those skillful means that can help you discover serenity and freedom amidst the turmoil of life. These are not mere abstract theories, but simple, effective practices, proven through millennia. But wait. Don't hastily assume that this will be a dry, incomprehensible lecture. We have infused these teachings with real-life stories, vivid examples, and profound personal insights. You will not merely hear but also absorb, understand, and apply these values to your own life. Imagine, you are seated in meditation within a verdant garden, listening to the songs of birds and sensing the stillness within your heart. Or you are smiling at a stranger on the street, radiating positive energy and receiving joy in return. These are the moments of serenity and freedom that we can create for ourselves each day. So, what are you waiting for? Let us embark on this journey of discovering peace within the mind right now. Don't forget to press like and subscribe so as not to miss other meaningful videos. And now, let us delve deeply into the main content of the video. Main content. 1. Acceptance and letting go, the key to releasing suffering, 800 words. The first and most important teaching of the Buddha that we must remember is to learn to accept what cannot be changed and to let go of what no longer belongs to us. It sounds simple, but in reality, it is a great challenge for most of us. Why is that? Because it is the nature of human beings to always want to control everything, to want everything to go according to our will. When we encounter things that are not to our liking, we often feel disappointed, angry, even suffering. We try to cling to relationships that have broken, opportunities that have slipped away, successes that have passed. But the Buddha taught that all things in this world are impermanent, are changing. Nothing is forever, nothing is eternal. The more we try to cling, the more we suffer. Instead, let us learn to accept the truth, let go of what no longer belongs to us, and focus on the present moment. An illustrative story. I have a friend named Lon, a beautiful, talented, and successful woman. She had a happy marriage to a loving husband, a stable job with a high salary, and a beautiful house with all amenities. Everyone who looked at her life could not help but admire it. But then, one day, her husband passed away in a traffic accident. Lon was completely devastated. She could not accept the truth, could not believe that her beloved husband had gone forever. She lived in suffering, remorse, and lost all faith in life. I was by Lan's side throughout that difficult time. I listened to her, shared with her, and encouraged her. I also introduced her to the Buddha's teachings on impermanence and letting go. At first, Lan did not believe. She said, how could she let go of the person she loved most in the world? How could she accept such a great loss? But gradually, over time, Lan began to understand. She realized that no matter how much she suffered, she could not change the truth. Her husband was gone, and she had to continue living. Lan began to practice meditation, read Buddhist texts, and attend retreats. She learned to accept the impermanence of life, let go of the suffering in the past, and focus on the present moment. Finally, Lan found peace within her mind. She no longer suffered or felt remorse. She lived a meaningful life, helping others and spreading love to everyone around her. Lesson learned. Lan's story shows us that acceptance and letting go is a long process that requires persistence and effort. But if we are truly determined, we can overcome all difficulties, find peace within our minds, and live a meaningful life. 2. Forgiveness and tolerance, overcoming hatred and anger. One of the main causes of human suffering is hatred and anger. When we harbor these negative emotions, we not only harm others but also harm ourselves. The Buddha taught that forgiveness and tolerance are the keys to liberation from hatred and anger. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting what has happened, but releasing the negative emotions associated with it. Tolerance is accepting the differences of others, not judging, not criticizing. An illustrative story. Alan was a kind, good-hearted man, always willing to help others. But he had a neighbor named Brian, a mean, selfish man, always trying to harm him. Brian often caused difficulties for Alan, from littering in front of his house to spreading false rumors about him. Alan was very angry and hated Brian. He always tried to retaliate against Brian, but without success. One day, Alan met a monastic. He told the monk about what Brian had done to him. The monk listened to him patiently and said, "Mr. Alan, hatred and anger only harm you. Instead of retaliating against Brian, you should forgive him and be tolerant of him." Alan asked in surprise, "Why should I forgive and be tolerant of someone as wicked as Brian?" The monk replied, "Because forgiveness and tolerance are the only way for you to free yourself from hatred and anger. When you forgive Brian, you will no longer be controlled by him. You will be free." Alan thought a lot about the monk's teaching. Finally, he decided to forgive Brian and be tolerant of him. He no longer felt angry or hated Brian. Instead, he tried to understand Brian and help him. Surprisingly, Brian changed. He realized his mistakes and apologized to Alan. The two became good friends. Lesson learned. Alan's story shows us that forgiveness and tolerance have great power. They can turn enemies into friends, resolve hatred, and bring peace to the mind. 3. Mindfulness and awareness, living fully in the present moment. Our lives often pass by in a hurry, in haste. We are always busy with worries in the past and plans for the future, forgetting to live fully in the present moment. The Buddha taught that mindfulness and awareness are the keys to living fully in the present moment. Mindfulness is paying attention to what is happening in the present moment, without judgment, without evaluation. Awareness is a clear understanding of our thoughts, emotions, and actions. An illustrative story. A successful businessman named Paul was always busy with work. He worked from morning to night, with no time for family and friends. He was always worried about the future, about how to earn more money, how to achieve more success. One day, Paul suffered a heart attack. He had to be hospitalized and treated for a long time. During his time in the hospital, Paul had time to think about his life. He realized that he had missed many important things in life, such as time for family, friends, and simple pleasures. After being discharged from the hospital, Paul decided to change his life. He reduced his working hours, spending more time with family and friends. He also practiced meditation and mindfulness. Paul began to pay attention to what was happening in the present moment. He sensed the beauty of nature, listened to the songs of birds, and enjoyed delicious food. He also clearly recognized his thoughts, emotions, and actions. Paul felt his life become more meaningful and happier. He no longer worried about the future. He only focused on living fully in the present moment. Lesson learned. Paul's story shows us that mindfulness and awareness can help us live fully in the present moment, enjoy the simple pleasures of life, and find the true meaning of life. 4. Loving kindness and joyful sharing, spreading love and joy, 800 words. One of the most important goals in life is to spread love and joy to everyone around us. The Buddha taught that loving kindness and joyful sharing are two important qualities that help us achieve this goal. Loving kindness is a heart of love, compassion, wanting to help others escape from suffering. Joyful sharing is a heart of joy, rejoicing when we see others happy, without jealousy, without selfishness. An illustrative story. A young teacher named Mai came to teach in a poor rural area. She noticed that her students were very poor, lacking, and lacked the care of their families. Many had to drop out of school to work for a living. Linda loved her students very much. She decided to help them with all her ability. She taught them for free in the evening, donating clothes, books, and school supplies to them. She also visited the families, encouraging them to go to school and helping them solve the difficulties in their lives. Thanks to Linda's dedication, the students had progressed greatly. They not only studied better but also became obedient, polite, and loved each other more. Linda felt very happy and joyful to see her students happy. Lesson learned. The story of teacher Linda shows us that loving kindness and joyful sharing can bring happiness to others and to ourselves. When we spread love and joy to everyone around us, we will receive good things many times over. 5. Overcoming greed, hatred, and delusion, liberation from the cycle of rebirth. According to Buddhism, greed, hatred, and delusion are the 3 poisons that cause all suffering in the world. Greed is greed, wanting to seize what does not belong to us. Hatred is anger, hatred, wanting to retaliate against others. Delusion is delusion, not understanding, not distinguishing between right and wrong. The Buddha taught that to be liberated from the cycle of rebirth, we must overcome greed, hatred, and delusion. We must learn to let go of greed, control anger, and cultivate wisdom. An illustrative story. A rich and powerful king always felt unhappy. He had everything others dreamed of, but he still did not feel happy. He always wanted more power, more money. One day, the king met a monk. He told the monk about his unhappiness. The monk said, "Your Majesty, you are unhappy because you still have greed, hatred, and delusion. You are greedy, wanting to have more. You are hateful, wanting to punish those who do not obey you. You are deluded, not understanding the true value of life." The king asked in surprise, "So how do I overcome greed, hatred, and delusion?" The monk replied, "Your Majesty, learn to let go of greed, control anger, and cultivate wisdom. Live a simple life, help others, and learn about the Dharma." The king followed the monk's teaching. He reduced extravagance and waste, and spent more time helping the poor. He also practiced meditation and read Buddhist texts. Gradually, the king felt happier. He was no longer greedy, hateful, deluded. He lived a meaningful life, bringing happiness to his people. Lesson learned. The story of the king shows us that overcoming greed, hatred, and delusion is a long process that requires effort and perseverance. But if we are truly determined, we can achieve liberation, living a happy and meaningful life. Conclusion. So, we have together explored the invaluable teachings of the Buddha on how to keep our minds peaceful in the turmoil of life. Hopefully, the knowledge and stories that we have shared in this video will give you more motivation and methods to practice, to find serenity and freedom in your life. Remember that peace is not a destination, but a journey. We need to practice every day, little by little, to gradually change our character, transform suffering, and spread love to everyone around us. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to share it with your loved ones. And please continue to follow our channel to receive other meaningful videos about the Dharma and life. Finally, I wish you always peace, happiness, and success on the path of practice. Goodbye and see you again in the next video.